The hunger for SUVs, even in the entry-level car segment, is very real, and Tata Motors proved it with the Punch. Now Hyundai has decided that it's going to take a crack at this segment, and it has rolled out its second sub-4 meter SUV in the form of the Exter. Come with me as I show you all you need to know about this latest Hyundai SUV. But wait, before we get inside, before we take a look at the design and styling, make sure you follow carandbike. The Exter is based on the Grand i10 platform, and that can be seen in its dimensions. You see, the length and the wheelbase of the Exter are identical to that of the Grand i10 Neos. Now, in terms of size, the Exter is pretty close to the Punch. It's slightly shorter in length, slightly narrower, but it is taller and has a marginally longer wheelbase. And it is still smaller than the likes of the Citroën C3. One look at the Exter and you know Hyundai has put in some real effort to make this look like an SUV. You see, it's got the traditional Hyundai family face. So it's got split headlights, it's got this glossy finish across the front. It has the Exter name spelled out in bold, reminiscent of an iconic British SUV. And overall, if you take a look at the Exter, you will know that it's got the traditional SUV cues. So you've got skid plates both front and back. You've got some pretty interesting design details. The LED DRLs up front have this H-shaped motif, and so do the tail lights at the back. And there's a textured gloss black panel on the C-pillar as well as on the boot lid, which adds some much needed texture to the styling of the SUV. But I have to say that the Exter in person feels a little small. It feels like a hatchback wearing SUV clothing. But what do you think of the Exter's design and styling? Let us know in the comments. For now, let's jump in and see what the Exter has to offer over there. Anyone who's been in a Grand i10 Neos before will feel rather at home in the Exter. You see, the dashboard design is almost the same as that of the hatchback, but you do get some pretty interesting surfacing in the insert, which by the way varies, the color of it varies depending on the exterior color of the Exter that you've chosen. There's some other notable features in here, including the 8-inch touchscreen. This is the same as we've seen in the Grand i10 Neos. There is a digital instruments cluster, but it's not a full digital display. It only has a 4.2-inch LCD unit in the middle, and the rest of it is a plain digital readout. You've got the same steering wheel as in the hatchback. You've got a button for voice commands here and a button for cruise control. What you will also get with the Exter are some segment firsts, including an electric sunroof, which by the way you can control by using just voice commands in English or even in English. You've also got a dash cam. This is a dual view dash cam, so it provides two different points of view, one from within the car and one from outside of the car. So you have modes for the dash cam as well to capture any trips that you're on, or even for security and safety reasons. You've also got wireless phone charging. There's a USB fast charging port over here. There's automatic climate control on the top spec variant. On the whole, the interior of the Exter as such feels familiar in a way. Quality levels are just about okay. Nothing great or nothing different from what we've seen in the Grand i10 Neos. But I can say that Hyundai has done a pretty serviceable job, at least as far as features are concerned, because this SUV is loaded to the gills. The backseat of the Exter is actually surprisingly spacious. I'm not the tallest guy, I'm 5'6", but as you can see, I have ample knee room, I have good foot room. It's not very wide, so you will struggle to fit 3 adults abreast, but there's also a good amount of headroom back here. One thing to note is that you've got 3-point seat belts for all rear passengers, and you also have a rear seat belt reminder system as standard. You also get AC vents at the back, which is something you don't get in the Punch, and there's also a power outlet right here to power up your devices whenever you need it. The Exter also impresses when it comes to practicality relating to its boot. As you can see, it has a 391-litre boot space, and if you'll just come closer, you'll be able to see that it's currently holding 2 backpacks. It's got a full-size suitcase and also a medium-sized suitcase. And as you can see, it has accommodated them pretty comfortably, which is quite impressive for a vehicle of this size. Just like its chief rival, you don't get too many engine options even with the Exter. Here you will find the 1.2 litre 4-cylinder Kappa petrol. It's a proven, time-tested engine. It continues to put out 82 bhp and 114 Newton meters of torque, and it can be had with either a 5-speed manual or an AMT. Now the interesting thing is the AMT gets paddle shifters. It's a first for any AMT equipped vehicle in the country, and the fuel efficiency figures for both these variants are 19.4 kpl for the manual variant and 19.2 kpl for the AMT variant. The manual variant is slightly less efficient than the Tata Punch manual, but the Exter AMT is slightly more efficient than the Punch AMT. Also, you can have a CNG version of the Exter. Prices start from 8.24 lakh rupees, and power in CNG mode drops to about 68 bhp and 95 Newton meters of torque, and the CNG model can only be had with the 5-speed manual. There are 3 main trim levels of the Exter. There's the base EX, then you've got the S, and you've got SX. Now all 3 of these are available with option packs that add more features to the car. The Exter is only slightly more expensive than the Grand i10 Neos that it's based on. So, what did you think of the Exter? Do you think it looks like a credible rival to the Tata Punch? And would you pick it over other hatchbacks like the Citroen C3 and the Maruti Suzuki Ignis? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. If you enjoyed watching this video, remember to like it and share it with your friends and family. Oh, and just in case you've forgotten, please remember to subscribe to Car and Bike.